You are in a crowd, but yet you still feel lonely. You have achieved a lot, but yet you still feel lost. You have a lot of friends, but yet you still feel like you are alone. And if you feel this exact same way, please stay. Growing up, I used to admire my older sisters who were teenagers because I thought growing up would make me happier. I thought growing up would solve all of my problems. Up until I turned 16, I realized it actually added to them. I thought confidence would solve the problem. Up until I joined public speaking and I became one of the best public speakers in the club. But yet, that didn't solve my loneliness. It didn't solve my problems. It didn't make me feel satisfied. So I thought maybe achieving something would make me feel that way. Then I started drawing and I did these portraits that made me feel like I had achieved something. But it still didn't solve the problem. So I thought my problem was consistency. Because I'm not really doing things consistently. That's why I feel this way. But then I started chasing consistency. Maybe I wasn't the best at it, but at least I was maybe halfway. But then I realized it wasn't solving my problem. So I thought maybe it's because I knew less about happiness. So I read about it. I studied about people's emotions. I watched movies on it. That if I literally right now just open my eyes and observe someone for less than 3 hours, I would really know the emotions they're feeling. I might not be able to read their minds, but I really know the emotions that they're feeling. But that too didn't solve my problems. So I thought maybe let me read a lot of books. Let me watch a lot of movies. Stop doing that. I started chasing making friends. Because I thought maybe it was because I'm lonely. Because everybody sees me alone every time. So that's the problem. Up until I realized that my problem wasn't happiness. It wasn't my problem with happiness and feeling alive wasn't that I don't have people. It wasn't that I don't have what it takes. It just was that I didn't prioritize myself. It's just that I was trying to look put together rather than to be put together. What I mean by this was I was trying to get it all, to be seen as someone who has it all figured out, than just picking one thing and get that figured out. So I wanted the world to look at me and call me the best artist. I wanted the world to see me and see me as the best public speaker. I wanted to be the kind of a person that if I get to school, everybody would look at me thinking I've got it all figured out. I wanted to be that person that if I just wanted to be someone who can get something done. I wanted the world to see me in a certain way that would make me look good. I wanted to be the person that the world would say wrote books, not just this person that's got peace in their inside and they've really done nothing. Up until I realized this was all a mistake. I was fighting for the wrong thing. I was fighting for the world to see me in a certain way than for me to see myself the way I was. I was fighting for the world to know me to be some kind of a person. Not that I wasn't the person, but I was fighting to look good in the world, but not to be good in my inside. So I made friends that made me look good, not friends that made me happy. I did things that make me look good, that make me feel like I've done something, but not things that satisfied me. So I started reading 4 books a month because that made me feel like I was so productive, I was so disciplined, and I had so much brain. Little did I know that I was just reading through the pages, but I was understanding nothing. So here's what I found. You can take the person out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of the person. So you can take the lonely person out of, being alone and put them around a group of people, but you can't take the loneliness out of them. You can take the person that thinks they are nothing and make them to say that they are something. but they'll still feel like nothing. You can take an happy person and put smiles on their faces, but they'll still not be happy because they were never feeling what you told them to act like they were feeling in the first place. And that hit hard. So I stopped praying 2 hours so I would feel like I loved God. Rather, I started making sure that even if it was 5 minutes, even if it was 2 minutes, in that small prayer, I felt a connection with God. Stop reading 4 books a month, and I started reading one, maybe for 2 or for 3 months, but making sure that it really did transform me, that something in me was clicking, that something in me was changing. I stopped chasing the trends, stopped chasing programming because it's what looked good. I stopped chasing civil engineering because it's what seemed like it was paying. And I just started a podcast, started making videos, had no subscribers. I just started writing, even though I didn't know what I was really doing, but it felt good because I wasn't doing it so I could look a certain type of way. But I was doing it so I could feel good. Not about myself, but I could feel good in myself. I would feel good in my skin, not feel good about myself. And that really did help me. And I guess might help you too. So I realized the problem with a lot of us is we don't make friends that make us feel happy. We make friends that make us feel productive, that make us look good in other people, either in other people's eyes or in our own eyes. But if you really want peace, if you really want to feel happy, if you really want to stop feeling lonely, then stop making friends that make you feel productive and start making friends that make you feel happy. Friends that complement your character. Friends that complements what you really want. Friends that do what your heart wants. Even if they are childish, but that's what you want and that's what will stop you from feeling lonely. Not friends that look like they are sophisticated. Even if they might be backward, but they make you feel good. And that's what is important. If you really want to have peace, I need you to start following your heart and not what people are saying, not what people are saying on social media. Start following what you feel in your heart. Those thoughts, they might seem useless, but they're really important. They count. It's what makes you who you are. It's what makes you happy. So if you want peace, start following your intuition. Start following your heart. Stop following the waves of the world. And that was our podcast for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Hope to see you in our next video.